like a Leona or a Nautilus here for Hanwha's comp. Just more opportunities to get her set up. But nope, it's going to be Smearl, Valdez. Smearl.
But Alistair is available.
True. Ziggs.
Ooh,
okay.
Ziggs, okay.
Full poke index.
Yeah, and it's really good into the Aphelios lane. Actually really like that. And Hololive Esports taking a little chance here. This is definitely not standard. And only certain AD carries are confident to even do it. They pick up the Nautilus as well, a bit of anti-dive, a nice amount of engage as well. I think it's a good way to round out the draft.
Yeah, no, the teleport Ziggs with Nautilus is kind of undiveable. Well, went to the Rel instead, which is fine. They just don't want to give that over to DRX. So now DRX will probably actually just take the Nautilus or Leona here.
Alistair.
Rakan is still up. I just like looked through the bans. I'm like, wait a second, that guy slipped into the draft and slipped out of the bans, and then therefore into that final spot in this draft. So that's what they'll take instead.
It's a very strong combo, and Roamer has been quite good on the pick. He's getting in there. Not quite like Swimwear, but he's definitely getting in there. Speaking of which, now he's getting in there like Swimwear. He's trying to really chip away at Sitab's health bar. This is very forced. Duckdom still has both summoners. Now he's got a lot more health as the cleanse will come in. Duro is going to die as first blood goes to Duckdom, and this dive is a big time fail. Pleta, all he's got to do is auto Gulan just one more time. He's going to throw in a little emote as well. As here's Roamer. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That's Challengers, baby!
That's Challengers, baby!
We got the first one!
Yeah, baby!
First
Challengers! Woo!
Well, Valdez, this game might be donezo. It just might be donezo.
Let's see what they do with this Rift Herald. Seems like they're in good positioning right now, but Hololive Esports do want to challenge this.
Yeah, Sponge. He's going to have to use his ult very carefully here. Could try to lock down the Renekton. Pleta on the flank here.
And he's caught. Well, at least they know where he is. As he's getting out of there, the Counter-Strike just to zone, as the ult will go in, and the Maokai ultimate doesn't do much, except the Rel follow-up is huge, as they do get it, but a big Emperor's Divide, and now Sitab and Duckdom full health, just doing a ton of damage as they're all on the run here from the side of Hololive Esports, as the Ziggs lure wasn't even here, as that is 4 kills to the side of DRX. Well, you can't deny that one. Sponge is pretty deep in the enemy territory, but he does have a huge amount of health. I mean, take a look at his items. As now Guwon's going to go over the wall. We do have the Ziggs ultimate. Is going to chunk Pleta just a bit, but they've got the mobility with the Sejuani and the Rakan, and now Guwon's just out of position as Sitab comes over with the crown, and the rest of the team on Hololive are like, well, you're dead, buddy. We can't help you.
Yeah, Ziggs does some poke damage, and obviously the Leandries is going to take a little bit, but there's just no way he can help carry that fight, as they're going to teleport now for the contest.
I don't know about this. Lure is so out of position as Duckdom is just shelling into him. We do have a chance to get Pleta low, but it's only Pleta. Duckdom flash is perfect position, and this is exactly the kind of game that Duckdom wants to play. I mean, they're just giving him kill after kill. He's 3-0-6 now, picks up a double, and they got the Drake. It's Chemtech Soul, but I think DRX will be happy with the amount of gold they have anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Hanwha's just going to get giga-bopped because this one was so one-sided and they way overextended. I think they'll definitely bounce back in Game 2. But we are pretty much calling this one over at this point.
Well, he's going to give it a go. The crown is down, and Rooster, a little bit of a juke and jive there onto Sitab, who thought he had him, but he was the one who got instead. I like this. They say, well, we're so far ahead. If you even try to challenge for an objective, they have that one ward that's really going to help them out and spot them going back into this brush. But yeah, DRX, very nice position. They've got Frog on the right side, and
right on the flank. He knows they can't see him, and I mean the Jace is on 2 items now. This is where he can actually start to hurt. Love that bush check there. Had a ward where he was heading in.
Yeah, fantastic warding from behind, actually, from Hololive Esports. The one in the river, as now they're going to engage, going to get in here onto the front line. As the Dominus is there, a massive flank comes in from the Jax, but the damage is not put over as the Divide does come in. But can they even do it? It's going to be up to Duckdom as in goes Sitab into 4 people, immediately dies as Duckdom flashes in. And he does not have cleanse anymore, and the positioning from Lure was absolutely fantastic this entire fight. Hololive Esports, they take that forced one and they win it.
There you go. It's Challengers, baby. You just never know. You just never know. Imperial Mandate for Guwon as well is going to be some additional damage for this Jace.
Very damage focused, very much trying to enable the insane amount of damage that Lure has. And I'm very much looking forward to the slow-mos of the future fights where, you know, Maokai presses R and then Ziggs presses R. I want to see those numbers in slow-mo.
What if Rel also presses R? Okay, Pleta, we've used this playbook once before. We got to be careful now. Look at the positioning here. Duro knows there's a pretty good chance he's flanking, and now it's very difficult for him to actually find the angle he wants. They're all sitting in the Baron pit. This is fantastic for HLE potentially.
Well, Maokai ultimate does pull through, but the damage not there for HLE. Just going to ult onto the Baron, and it's Azir who gets it, and it's an all-out scrum now as DRX. This time around, they get the damage into that front line. And the damage here from the side of HLE is just not layered in as they use it to try to steal the Baron, and they get out of position. DRX able to punish that immediately.
Yeah, I thought they had a really nice position to actually just wipe them there in the pit, Baron or no. Use that Ziggs bomb and the Jace poke onto all those members as they're caught with the Nature's Grasp, and just let Duro hold, you know, the enemy flanking Rakan. Like, keep Pleta away. And now the Elder is started up here, 2 down for Hanwha Life. No teleport for, well, there's a teleport for Rooster, no for Roamer. So he's just going to have to stick this one out, I think.
He's about to get his ult. I mean, there's a chance. You got to be careful about the Ziggs. But, yeah, just zoning them out. They don't have any vision, and that is too late. Yeah, they'll kill the Rakan, but Pleta did his job. That's now DRX with Exodia.
Yeah.
If everybody's coming into them and you've got a Maokai ultimate and it hits a lot of people, you still got to be a little bit careful about how you do this. So you can see the wave clear in position, and the Elder's not going to matter unless DRX actually hit Hanwha Life Esports like the champions and not just the towers. And as for so far, they have
30 seconds on this Baron. They're going to even ult to hold this turret. That means they're not going to have...
is huge.
Yeah, they're not going to have the Maokai ultimate to try to defend this follow-up, though, if there is going to be one. Because I think DRX definitely could be pushing this advantage a little bit harder with Setab on 4 items. Rip through these health bars and keep proccing that Elder.
Definitely going to get 2 inhibitors here. Will DRX? The question is, can they end the game? The Baron buff is gone, which means that the waves are about to not exist, as they will hard force it as Guwon is just dead. Okay, they caught someone, as now they're looking for another. Pleta really trying to get Rooster here. Not quite able to extend that one. But again, the waves pretty much non-existent. They do not have their Maokai. Rooster nearly going to die, as seems like they don't need the waves. Duro going to go in there and stop them as the poke is finally hitting into Duckdom, and the wave is in fact coming in from the top side, as now Roamer going extremely hard, gets the Dustblade proc as they're trying to stop them here on the inhibitor. But meanwhile, Frog's just ending the game. So he's like, yeah, cool story. I'm not going to fight you. Setab is just going to bait you out there, and I will end the game. DRX going to take game 1.
Definitely a little bit of a closer one than I think it should have been here, but DRX do win it in the end. It almost feels like we can wipe the early game clean from our memory there, because I think it was really just about a few decisions that were made in the late game and some control, obviously, that happened in the Baron pit. Like, setting up for that, we'll definitely give credit to DRX for that one.
That it does. You can see the damage. Pretty huge here for the Azir and the Ziggs, but the effective damage from Duckdom was huge. And it didn't really end up being about the side lane, funnily enough. Like, Frog was doing a good job, but they never really answered him, and he was always there for the team fights that the team was setting up, so not really able to output a lot of damage himself, but that's fine. As, yeah, there you have it. DRX, pretty good showing to start us off. Got a little shaky there in the 24-minute mark.
As Duckdom will get it, I think he was fed a lot of money early, but his positioning in team fights was amazing. His kill participation almost 90% in an insanely long game. Pretty safe vote, and yeah. I kind of just followed you on that one. I was like, is it the Nazir angle? I don't think so. I think it's just the Aphelios angle.
Yeah, Duckdom a lot cleaner, and I think the way he played team fights was just kind of insane. So Duckdom is going to pick it up. Fantastic game from him. And we'll have to wait and see if DRX can continue with this kind of play. I don't think they'll be able to force